be funny if I just said that all the time? If I was just like, roller coaster of love, say what? Roller coaster. That's not what you guys signed up for. Hee 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 hee. Alright, I'll be goofy. I'm so goofy because I'm streaming in like 4 places at once. I can't see you guys if you're in the Zoom room. And probably you guys don't want to be on, some of you aren't going to be on video. But if you are going to be on video, I would love to see you. Hi everybody, because I love to see the people on video, even though I am streaming on Instagram and Insight Time where I'm taking everyone in. So as people are coming in, I am going to light, I wanted to bring, so it's Equinox, right? And pardon me if I'm like not looking in the direct exact place. I've got a bunch of things going on, but I want to honor the earth, the air, the fire, the water. Return, 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 return. There's a chant like that. It goes, the earth, the air, the fire, the water. Return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water. Return, 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 return. That's all I actually know. So that's all I'm going to sing of that. So how are you all? How is everybody? Have you noticed, oh, Angel says my voice, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. This is nice. It's nice to be in such a beautiful, I feel the shift of the energy in this last day. And I'm wondering if you guys do as well. I wish there was a way for us to like speak. And this is why I do my more in deep dive containers, which I'm starting one on Wednesday, which is so beautiful. There are 6 beautiful women in there, and they all are almost exactly like each other in different ways. And I'm really grateful to support each of them because it's like there's such a beautiful geometric constellation, and this is the way that the universe works. And this is what I want to also share with all of you, is that there's a beautiful weaving. And the first thing I'm going to do tonight is this chant that I kind of just downloaded from the sun yesterday, and some of you may have seen it. And we'll open up the circle with the honoring of Ostara, which is the time of the year that we are at the equinox, in the wheel of the year. And so lighting the sage, fire, and earth, using the feather as air. We have water to drink, water in a vessel. I put water in a vessel, holding space with the elements. And so all of the beings that are entering, that are coming into this space right now, I invite you to just receive, just breathe, be. Maybe take the deepest breath that you've taken all day. Maybe let's take one big deep breath collective together, and I want you guys to hold it at the top. I'll direct us all, but there was so much last week. The purge, the frequency, the tension, the intensity of like feeling what it is to feel all of the cauldron of the building of the energy that happened, and then really allowing ourselves to move that out and welcome this new beginning that in the northern hemisphere is spring, right? So winter and all the culmination and the pounding of the water and the frequency of earth and the heaviness of snow and the dampness of the cold and all of that, and it building and building and building pressure, and then so we're going to do that together, and then I'm going to do a chant for Ostara, and then we'll see what else happens, okay? So I want you guys to do this with me, to breathe. So feel for a moment yourself on the earth. Just feel your tailbone, your bodies. And as we inhale, biggest breath that you've taken all day. Hold it at the top, hold it, suck in more to the point, and even like stick out your belly, like feel that fullness, and scrunch up your face if you can. all the pressure, and think of everything last week just in this last little bit, and then exhale, open your mouth, and like, and like shake it out and allow yourself to feel what it feels like to move. We're going to do that 2 more times. And imagine all of us, like, so there's so many of us that are all across the globe in this container, in this circle right now. So there's at least 50, 10, there's like 60 people. Imagine you're in a room with 60 other souls. And together, you are all taking this giant collective inhale, deep breath, all the way to the top, grounding yourself, feeling your vertical axis, feeling so strong, so full. Think of everything that has been present, that you have been asked to release before you enter this portal of the equinox. 1 more little tiny sip if you can. And then gently sigh, exhale. And now stick out your tongue, your jaw. Allow yourself to feel what it feels like to just release. We're going to do one more. And you know, shamanic work can be as simple as this. It can be as simple as breath, intention, movement, consciousness to your energy, consciousness to your energetic field, and your wisdom body, your physical body, meaning your mental and emotional body, accessing your higher wisdom. And then we invite in spirit. So we're going to do that 1 more time. And for this one, let us do it on behalf of the collective. So the beings that aren't able to be in ceremony, maybe they don't even understand what ceremony is, but they feel these changes that we all feel collectively. They are initiated just like us into the wheel of the year and into these shifts that are happening. And I'm going to speak a little bit about the astrology and the eclipses that are coming. So as you inhale this next breath, I invite you to gather up the energy from the earth. Even, I can feel some people are like, oh, that feels like nasty. I don't want to gather up the energy from the earth. I don't even like what's happening in the collective. But we can transmute that. We can build a bridge through our being, our intention, our breath. And we can use our whole life in service, to be attuned to service, to walk as if we have wings in this world, and then to understand these cycles so that we can be a way shower. So let's do that together. So inhale the earth, the vibrations, everything you have felt in the collective, all of the tension and the change, and also imagining that dark, deep, the seeds that are already in the soil, that are ready to bloom, and inhaling and holding at your heart, feeling that fullness and that nourishment. And now as you exhale, opening up like a lotus flower, opening through your voice, the crown of the head, opening your energetic field, offering like that seed sprouting up through the earth and out. And let's do a couple tones with that nourishment of the winter and the change in the soil, and then that alchemy of spring and becoming new. Deep breath here, inhale. And exhale with a sound. 2 more times. Deep breath. more. I felt that clear. Good job, you guys. Okay, one more. Big, rich breath on behalf of the all. So to protect the space, we call our angels, guides, ancestors, gurus, and guardians to seal our sacred container. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the benefit of all beings. And so I invite you guys in this moment, just receive and listen how easy it is when we come into temple environment together. There's this cohesion energy. And do you know why that is? That exists because it's real. And unfortunately, our system, but fortunately for us mystics, we get to tap in. And we have teachers. And our teachers, our shamans, our guides, when they're really, really attuned to what is pure and what is good, then they radiate love out through the world. And this is what I teach, and I get to serve and learn and study, and it becomes my sacred work, and it's a blessing and a blessing and a blessing and a blessing and a blessing on high. And may you also be blessed and blessed and blessed, and think of all the beings in your life that you bless and bless and bless and bless, and all of the ways that you show up in your work and bless and bless and bless and bless, and send out the radiant blessings to bless and bless and bless and bless and bless and bless. So some of you may be familiar and some of you may not be, but I feel like I literally pulled my witch's calendar in my bedroom that I have, and I thought it would be really just easy to talk about the fertility symbol of the rabbit and to read to you what it says about Ostara. Ostara was an ancient Germanic, her name was Ostara, I don't know the pronunciation, but like it's Ostara, probably, with an E in front of it. And it was this Germanic goddess of fertility back when we were matriarchal, you know? And the rabbits apparently could get pregnant while they already were pregnant. And so therefore it was a symbol of super abundance and fertility. And this I think is very important. It has to do with every time there's a shift in the wheel of the year, so a turning of the spiral. It is an opportunity for us to acknowledge the cycle of death and rebirth. And in the northern hemisphere, spring is on the horizon and the earth is alive with new life and endless possibility. And in the southern hemisphere, the year is beginning to wind down. It's a transition point, you know? And it's time to choose what gets to stay and what no longer serves and what will be left at harvest. But I believe that all transition points, both equinoxes and the solstices that are also very powerful holidays of the year. And then the difference with this one that I think is super, super powerful and really, really important, and it's a little bit of the astrology, so I'll just talk a little bit about that. I'll teach, and then we'll do more chanting stuff, and then I just want to leave you, let's see how far we are into time. Okay. I just want to leave you with a little bit of we'll see what we get to, but integrate the light and the dark, because I think that's really important with the equinox being equal day, equal night. And so we have planets that are moving, and without going into too deep of a concept astrologically, we have a reset point that's happening right now as we go into Aries, which happens every time on the equinox, right? We're starting the astrological new year. So even though we start the new year, quote unquote, in January, really this time is this big, beautiful time for initiation, which is why I'm doing my 6-month program. I even tried to do it on the solstice last year, some of you know, and it didn't work because it was really time to do it during this time. And I think it's really important when you're in alignment with these frequencies and these cycles. It's like almost impossible to work against them once you've started to actually work with them. It's like life itself will guide you. And a big part of my medicine work is understanding and listening. And it's a very different thing, by the way. And a lot of my one-on-one clients, they come to me, and I had 3 calls today because, you know, at this time of year, my little witchy business goes crazy, which is so fantastic. But I pick up, all of my clients are very different, and I pick up very certain things that I see because I'm really good with watching patterns. And one of them is the control pattern, and the other one is this like dark, wild, feminine pattern. And that's what I want to talk about with the equinox, is like, we are conditioned in a society, and it makes perfect sense, you know, there's a lot of safety in being in control all the time, and linear and organized. And sometimes, gosh, I wish I was linear and organized a little bit more, and I work on my masculine, you know, I weight train, and I'm like focused, and like working on my focus and doing all these things. And in our society nowadays, and what I really help my clients with all the time, is the deconditioning that the linear is safe, and the re-allowing of the primal wild that is especially within women, but also men that I work with, honoring their darkness, and really in our sexuality, our witchcraft, our wisdom, our intuition, our power, which in this day and age, you know, those of you on Insight Timer know one of my most popular meditations is the Healing the Witch Wound meditation. Why is that? It's because everything that is deemed like this, like this, the year of the witch, like people really think that that is like satanic or demonic, when it isn't. It's honoring nature and the cycles of nature, and understanding how to work with the elements that we were just praying to, honoring the earth and the air and the water and the sky and all of those things that are literally the elements that make us up. Like, we're made of water and earth and fire. Like, those are the elements that make us. And then we deny that in some way, and there's a split. And just to finish that concept of what I see in my clients is like, half of them feel safe in that logical linear space of control, and like, I only express myself in this way, right? Or the roles, this is how I show up, this is what makes sense to me. But there's, oh God, should I go into that? Okay. The truth of the soul. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to have to take a sip for the concept that just jumped in. The truth of the soul and incarnation. So if you're like me, you believe in reincarnation. If you're also like me, you choose a life path that's difficult because you think that you're a badass in some way in soul. I'm just making this up, but imagine that you get to choose, right? And you're like, you look at it, you look at your karmic wheel, you look at what you can do for humanity, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be born into this really religious, conservative family, and I'm going to transmute that pain, and I'm going to heal the lineage all the way up the line because I am going to claim my worth and be a powerhouse, and I'm totally going to do all of this. Plus, then I'm going to have this really difficult other thing happen, and it's going to awaken me to this, and then I'm going to take my power back from that, and this is how I'm going to do my life, right? So that's my astrology chart for sure. I've actually had people like read and they're like, wow, you bit off a lot in this chart. I'm like, thanks. But anyway, the reason why I'm sharing all of that with you is to teach you that sometimes when you have the kind of a soul who is on a path of transformation or healing, you are choosing to actualize through something that will cause discomfort purposefully, because that is how you grow. So in order for you to evolve as a soul or a conscious being or up level in some way, you have to leave behind, which is the south node, which is your karmic past, and then go through, so two polarities, right? Equal light, so we have light on one side, dark on the other side. We have Aries, which is the energy we're entering into, all about the I and the self and the impulse and the me and the go and identity. And we have Libra on the other side of that duality polarity, which is about the we and what's good for us as a team and thinking about the other first versus thinking about the self. And in order if I'm starting here, this is my past, this is where I'm comfortable, and I have to get to here, there's this midpoint that I have to cross in order to bring both into harmony. And so that's like the triangle. And that creates this transcendent, like, I got it, it's yes, it's both, it's neither nor, it's and, or, it's equal light, equal dark, I see the beauty in all. And I feel like that, like we have these kinks in our karmic DNA and these things that were like aversion, attraction. I did this last time and I got burned at the stake, not to be triggering, sorry if that was triggering to anybody, but like, it's like, I remember when I spoke my truth, and if we're bringing it back to the witch wound, this is coming up psychically, so I don't think I'm triggering, I think I'm speaking on behalf of someone, or many someones. If I spoke my truth and then I was persecuted, there's a real imprint in the soul of remembering that. And then therefore, if you come back and you're like, you know what, I remember that pain, there's this other thing that happens with past lives that's so crazy, where you have to face what happened in the past in order to integrate the wisdom from that. I knew that, like psychically, that came to me because I watched it happen, and I read it recently in one of Alana Fairchild's decks that she talks about that. So that is a real thing, that like in order to integrate wisdom from past lives, and this is a big thing that I help people with, is that we have to go through that pain. Now, if you ask me, why does suffering exist in order for us to get higher? I have no idea. That's the one thing that my jury is out. I don't know why the world was made that way. That's kind of ridiculous to me. I think I remember a Lemurian golden age time where that wasn't the case. But according to Hinduism, we go through these cycles and like the Kali Yuga and like the undertones of the world where we're very, very separate from consciousness, and then we come back together. If you were God in the infinite universe, what else would there be to do but to blow yourself up into 1,000 pieces and see if you can come back together and arranged in a higher and whole and more integrated way? And that is what Alex and Allison Gray, they call spiraling up. And if you notice in our world, also in the Wheel of the Year, also in sound waves and patterns and all of that, everything is spirals. And so therefore, there is no dark, and there is no light. All is duality, which is this oneness, this wholeness. And so that's at least what I believe and how I teach, and I feel like the frequency of love that is woven throughout all religions merges that. And I also believe that there's a force of life that we can attune ourselves to, and then it learns to speak through us, and then we become an instrument of love. And that is the game that I am up to here. I am getting a lot of beautiful affirmations in the chat, So thank you guys. On Insight Timer, I'll just do a little pitch. My normal time is Friday mornings at 9 a.m. PST. So you guys can catch me with the vocal empowerment. My name, michellecoutinho.com, is my website. I am doing a 6-month group that starts on Wednesday, and you can read more about it and you can apply for it if you're curious, and I can maybe squeeze you into that. And I do one-on-one work. And somebody is saying really beautiful message. Thank you. I'm so glad. That's all I can see of your chat. So I'm so glad. Thank you for everybody joining me on Zoom. I'm gonna get into you guys, but give me 2 more moments of teaching and then I can play with everyone. I want to do a chant. Actually, let me look. I'm gonna break the 4th wall for a moment. How is everybody? Does anybody have any questions? I will take them if that is the case. Let's see. Do. Okay. Is it good? Okay, cool. Good. Aw, somebody's saying good things. Okay, great. Everybody's just happy. Yay, thanks for being here. Okay. I want to chant the chant that I made up yesterday. I was literally looking at the sun and watching the sunset, and I had a beautiful healing with a divine sister who was in my surrender group last year, who, God, her soul held this lesson, and it has a lot to do with that security piece, man. We have an identity of ourselves our certain way. We are a certain way, and then when we're called to grow into being another way, it's really uncomfortable. And so I just want to give love to anybody who is oh, hi Joanne, love you, thank you for being in my space, who is doing that alchemy right now. Now is the time for us to do that alchemy. And I told her when we were on the phone yesterday, I was like, girl, this pattern with you has probably been there your whole life. And I said, and it came up with us, and her and I are friends. And so I said, so it's probably karmic, you know? And this is such a cool thing that it's ending now. It's ending. You're facing it, you're doing it, and we're doing it together. And you're leaving it in the past. Because legit, waves of ascension, 2012, 13, 14, 15, big initiation, especially for me as a teacher. 16, 17, 18, 19, different kind of initiation, really crazy for me. 20, initiation for the whole planet. 21, 22, okay, we're getting there. Shift, I could feel it last year, the end of the summer of the thing. And so now, imagine it's 2013 again, and we're going into this new beginning, 0 degrees, new moon, Aries. What is the tone for you? What is happening here? We're not going to do the star chant. I'm actually going to take you guys into a meditation. So I want you to feel for a moment what I'm saying around what is happening for you here. Close your eyes and scan your life and your body. Scan 10 years ago. What was happening for you at that cusp from 2012 into 2013? Who were you then? How have you grown? What was up? What was seeding then? What was just sprouting, just beginning? How did that change in 2016, 2017? And feel that for a moment. And just take your time seeing your life and these choice points that have happened. This beautiful gift of really this crazy not knowing what we're doing and being led somehow by life as it moves through us, even when it's painful. Woo, even when it's painful, yes. And then letting go of anything that you need to leave behind in that last cycle. Really feeling those lessons and releasing them with forgiveness. With forgiveness of who you were when you were then. And bring your awareness to 2020 and how that shaped you for the that shaped us all. And what was seeding then in you that may be blossoming now, today, in a different way. And 2023, where we are today, what do you have? What is your destiny? What are you wanting? What do you see for yourself? 2025, 2027. What are you wanting to create? And how have the changes that you've undergone in your own destiny shaped you and carved you so you can initiate that now? So you can embody that now. Breathe into that embodiment now. See your inner light. See your inner light. See your inner dark. Like really see your inner dark. And now allow them to merge and dance. And really own all aspects here. Over the years, you can even see this light form of you, what you wanted, what you were craving, like your innocence, your purity, and then see all of the things that you learned about yourself. With forgiveness, witness those things and see how you can evolve through your learning about your true self. And allow them both to dance and merge and feel that. Gate, para sangate, oh, bodhisattva, yeah. Gate. Allow yourself to be all of your light and all of your shadow. Just like life, all of your light and all of your dark. One more time. Gate, para sangate. Can you forgive your dark? Paragate, can you offer your heart? Parasangate, we are both light and dark. We are both And the more that we honor, both, the less passive aggressive we are, which I think we need more of in the world. Yeah, we have those people who are like, namaste, hee. And you're like, oh my God, scary. And you're like, that was weird. And then we have people who are like, yo, don't do that. And you're like, oh, thank you for your honesty. That was cool. Thanks. I really appreciate that. And like, it's totally safe, and we can normalize vulnerability and authenticity and honesty and no longer wearing masks. And at least that's the world that I really want to live in. But I have like 5 planets in Sagittarius, so I'm like, psh, this is what my truth is. And I'm also from New York and Italian, so that's what's happening. But I deeply, deeply, deeply long for a spiritual community. Here, let me take the reverb off. A spiritual community where we can call each other on our shit, and we can love each other, and we can be, hey, I see you, Amber, and we can be just fully present and raw and real and love all of it. And I think a big part of my personal work in this world and on this earth is attuning with women specifically, but I work with men as well, but like attuning people to their raw and wild and free, loving nature, right? Because just as much as I'm learning to be a less wild creature, that's my north node, south node I was telling you guys, it's like my past is the wild, and I'm learning to be in society. But I'm learning to be in society, initiating people toward the wild. Walk in beauty. I learned to walk in beauty by being brutally honest. In beauty, we walk. Beauty before me, beauty behind me, beauty above me, beauty below me, beauty to my right, and beauty to my left. May my words be beautiful. I think that's it. Oh. Yeah, man. In beauty we walk. I'm going to be giving a transmission around the White Buffalo Calf Woman in my Initiate program. In fact, so much so that when I was outlining, I'm just geeking out for a moment. So I'm doing a 6-month group, and I was outlining some of it. I'm having them do an embodiment ritual on the first night to get everybody out of their comfort zone. And then I'll start teaching after that. But I saw the white buffalo as like a symbol of like a totem energy for the entire container. And yeah, I just really, it's so cool. The thing about being a ceremonialist, which I'm going to teach a lot in the space in the Initiate program, is being comfortable with the invisible realm, also getting your own stuff out of the way, yada yada, but it's also allowing life itself to teach you and to show you that what you are meant to say, to offer, to share if you're going to lead circles, or just be a compassionate listener. It's all in the moment, it's all right in front of you, and there's a deep trust that has to be forged with that relationship. And that takes, what does it really take? It takes your ability to listen. That's what it takes. Yeah. That's why attunement is so important. Okay, I think I'm going to close with this Ostara chant, and then I'll take questions, and then that'll be the end for tonight. But this was pretty cool, no? I had a good time. I love Insight Timer so much. There's 116 of us here. And Insight Timer, I think there's 12 in my Zoom, and however many on the Instagram party. You guys make my life and my spirit happy because you show up and listen to me rant and rave about things I love, which makes my life way cooler than it would be if it was just me by myself, which it was for several years, FYI. I was like at the beach talking to the ocean. I learned a lot then. I learned to listen, to be honest with you. So that was really cool. And ooh, Cass said it takes devotion. Whoa, Cass, yeah, very cool. Enchantress Cass in the house. All right, I'm gonna do a chant. So let's see if Ostara, I wrote rebirth on the wheel, Aries on the zodiac. Yeah, we hit up all this. Freya is cool. She has a cart drawn by rabbits. Balance of light and dark and how sacred that is. What if we would admit that we have equal light and equal darkness, just like the rest of the world? So important to integrate. So this chant, I wish I had the lyrics that I could like send it to you, but it's pretty simple and you can just follow along and we'll sing it like 2 times. Hey, Cami too. One of my dear, beautiful clients just shared with me from our work in 2021. She was like, man, we did this work in 2021 and now I'm teaching retreats in Tulum. And Spirit does this, man. Spirit came in and gave her like this opening and this voice activation and like initiated her as a dolphin priestess. To which then I said, oh, like a Lemurian. And to which then she said, what? And I was like, yeah, type in Lemurian dolphin priestess in Google. And she was like, oh my God, it's like everywhere. And it's so cool, right? We don't know and we receive, and each step is like a pebble on our path. And so working with me was one pebble. Then she did all these other things. And then all and then all of a sudden it was like, tick. And then she was like, man, this couldn't have happened without our step. And I'm like, that's what I'm here for, man. It's all about these steps that we take. We're on this walk together. We're on it together. Thank you for coming. Okay. So the chant goes, I'll just say the words and then I'll sing it. It goes, Ostara, Ostara, equal light, equal dark, Ostara. Thank you for the medicine. New moon, new beginning. Equal light, equal dark. Show us how to start. Ostara. Okay? Wow, 120 people. Very cool. All right. So you guys can sing on your own as we go. All right. Ostara, Ostara, equal light, equal dark, Ostara. Thank you for the medicine, Ostara. New moon, new beginning, Ostara. Equal light and equal dark, Ostara. Show us how to start, Ostara. So now you know it. So we can do it together. Ostara, Ostara, equal light and equal dark, Ostara. Ooh, I'm being told to slow down. Let me start over and slow down. Ready? Okay. Ostara, Ostara, equal light, equal dark, Ostara. Thank you for the medicine, Ostara. New Heather says, as the day is balanced with the night, and the darkness balanced with the light, I find balance in my life, so mote it be. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing your energy with us today. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Hank. Beautiful. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for the motivation, for the inspiration, for the currency of consciousness that we surf, all of us together. Thank you for allowing myself to get out of the way so that I can be a channel. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for being light workers on this earth, yo. Like, it ain't no easy position to have. We have so many things we're holding and balancing. We incarnated on purpose to do this work. If you want to get into my 6-month group last minute, you should hit me up, Michelle at michellecoutinho.com or michellecoutinho.com, and just click apply. I am a coach. I do many things. And my lives are normally on Friday on Insight Timer, Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is 11 Central in Austin, where I am. It is such a blessing to be with you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go to my website and sign up on my email list at least, please, so we can stay connected. And I am Michelle Infinity on Instagram as well. If you have questions for me, feel free to reach out to me in email. And yeah, that's what's up. So it's an honor. It's an honor. I hope your lives are blessed, and I hope you really do send blessings out to each person that you know and that you love, and that you honor this new moon and this time we're in. So mote it be. Aho. And more to the ones that we don't know, we send them love and light, says equanimity. Equanimity, what a perfect name for the equinox. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to clear the space. Actually, should it be this? Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay. Thank you to the guardians. Thank you so much. Thank you to the ancient ones. Thank you to the directions and the elements. Thank you so much. And it was good. Yay. Okay. Bye, Insight Timer. Love you guys. I see you later. I'm going to stay on with the Zoom if anybody wants to ask me questions. Okay, so you guys are out. Peace out, Instagram. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. End.